Representative Jim Jordan will try again for House gavel, but Republicans. Washington, AP. Despite deepening opposition, Representative Jim Jordan is expected to try a third vote to become House Speaker, even as his Republican colleagues are explicitly warning the hard-edged ally of Donald Trump that no more threats or promises can win over their support. The House is scheduled to convene Friday, but Republicans have no realistic or workable plan to unite the fractured GOP majority, elect a new speaker and return to the work of Congress that has been languishing since hardliners ousted Kevin McCarthy at the start of the month. Jordan has scheduled an early morning press conference ahead of the session. After 2 failed votes, Jordan's third attempt at the gavel is not expected to end any better. In fact, Friday is likely to produce an even worse tally for the fiery Judiciary Committee chairman, in large part because more centrist rank-and-file Republicans are revolting over the hardball tactics being used to win their votes. They have been bombarded with harassing phone calls and even reported death threats. "I'm still running for speaker and I plan to go to the floor and get the votes and win this race," said Jordan, a founder of the far-right House Freedom Caucus, but more than 2 weeks into the stalemate that has shuttered the U.S. House, leaving a seat of American democracy severely hobbled at a time of challenges at home and abroad, the House Republican majority appears to have no idea how to end the political turmoil and get back to work. He doesn't have the votes to be speaker, Representative Carlos Jimenez, R. Florida, said after a late Thursday meeting when Jordan sought to hear them out and shore up support. Rep. Jim Jordan, R. Ohio, who failed in a crucial second ballot yesterday to become Speaker of the House, talks to reporters as he leaves a closed meeting of the Republican Conference, at the Capitol in Washington, Thursday, October 19, 2023. AP. Photo, J. Scott Applewhite. "The holdouts want nothing from Jordan," Jimenez said, adding that some of the lawmakers in the meeting simply called on Jordan to drop out of the race. One extraordinary idea to give the interim speaker pro tempore, Representative Patrick McHenry, more powers for the next several months to at least bring the House back into session and conduct crucial business was swiftly rejected by Jordan's own ultra-conservative allies. Jordan had backed the temporary speaker plan as a way to allow more time to shore up support in his own reach for the gavel. Time equals 400 ms. greater than asinine, said Representative Chip Roy, R. Texas, a leader of far-right House Freedom Caucus. Next steps were highly uncertain as angry, frustrated Republicans predict the House could essentially stay closed for the foreseeable future, perhaps until the mid-November deadline for Congress to approve funding or risk a federal government shutdown. "We're trying to figure out if there's a way we can get back with a Republican-only solution," said veteran legislator Representative Tom Cole, R. Oklahoma. "That's what normal majorities do. What this majority has done is prove it's not a normal majority." Time equals 400 ms. greater than what was clear was that Jordan's path to become House Speaker was almost certainly collapsing. Rep. John Rutherford, R. Florida, said, "It's not going to happen." After a first failed vote Tuesday, Jordan lost rather than gained ground on a crucial second ballot Wednesday, opposed by 22 Republicans, 2 more than the day before. Many view the Ohio congressman as too extreme for a central seat of U.S. power, second in line to the presidency. "One thing I cannot stomach or support is a bully," said a statement from Representative Marionette Miller Meeks, R. Iowa, who voted against Jordan on the second ballot and said she received credible death threats. With Republicans in majority control of the House, 221 to 212, it appears there is no Republican candidate who can win a clear majority, 217 votes, to become Speaker. A closed-door meeting Thursday to regroup grew heated at times, with Republican factions blaming one another for sending their majority into chaos, lawmakers said. When Representative Matt Gaetz of Florida, a chief architect of the ouster of the Speaker 2 weeks ago, rose to speak, McCarthy told him it was not his turn. Time equals 400 ms. greater than, "We're shaking up Washington, D.C. We're breaking the fever. And, you know what, it's messy," Gaetz said later, saying he had no regrets over the past weeks of havoc. Elevating McHenry to an expanded speaker's role was seen as a possible off-ramp for the crisis, but it would not be as politically simple as it might seem. Republicans are loath to partner with the Democrats in a bipartisan way on the arrangement, But it's highly unlikely Republicans could agree to give McHenry more powers on their own, since their hardliners don't like it. McHenry himself has brushed off attempts to take the job more permanently after he was appointed to the role after the unprecedented ouster of McCarthy more than 2 weeks ago. "I'm going to abide by the Constitution and the rules of the House, and no one is going to put me in a different position," McHenry said late Thursday, reiterating what he has told his colleagues. Time equals 400 ms. greater than, if there is some goal to subvert the House rules to give me powers without a formal vote, I will not accept it, he said. The North Carolina Republican, who is as well liked by his colleagues and viewed as a highly competent legislator, has said his job is to get the next speaker elected. "That's my focus." McCarthy himself had leaned into the plan, explaining that he tapped McHenry for the unusual role, created in the aftermath of the September 11, 2001, terrorist attacks to ensure continuity of government, because he wanted somebody that could work with all sides. And McHenry is ideal for all that. Time equals 400 ms. greater than to win over his GOP colleagues. Jordan had relied on backing from Trump, the party's frontrunner in the 2024 election, and groups pressuring rank-and-file lawmakers for the vote. But they were not enough and in fact backfired on some. Jordan has been a top Trump ally, particularly during the Jan. 6 Capitol attack by the former president's backers who were trying to overturn the 2020 election he lost to Biden. Days later, Trump awarded Jordan a Medal of Freedom. First elected in 2006, Jordan has few bills to his name from his time in office. He also faces questions about his past. Time equals 400 ms. greater than some years ago. Jordan denied allegations from former wrestlers during his time as an assistant wrestling coach at Ohio State University who accused him of knowing about claims they were inappropriately groped by an Ohio State doctor. Jordan has said he was never aware of any abuse. Rep. Jim Jordan, R. Ohio, chairman of the House Judiciary Committee, leaves the Republican caucus meeting at the Capitol in Washington, Thursday, October 19, 2023. AP photo, Jose Luis Magana, Rep. Jim Jordan, R. Ohio, who failed in a crucial second ballot yesterday to become Speaker of the House, talks to reporters as he leaves a closed meeting of the Republican conference at the Capitol in Washington, Thursday, October 19, 2023. AP photo, J. Scott Applewhite.